Welcome to the Mindful Sagittarians podcast. I'm Sally, and this is
I'm Razzle.
welcome to the holiday edition. Unfortunately, Amber is unable to join us today due to moving, and we are super happy for her that she is moving and getting settled into her own place. So, congratulations, Amber, and Amber will be returning the next episode. We actually had another surprise guest for you today, but unfortunately, Persenius is very sick. So, Razzle and I are going to hold it down today here at the podcast. Fortunately, if I decide to start a dumpster fire as the sole Sagittarian, then Razzle is here to put it out with her grounding Taurus energy. So,
And my Cancer and Scorpio waters.
there you go. And then, I'm over here fanning the fire with my Aquarius, moon sign, and, my Taurus rising kind of goes out the window. But anyway, just grounds the fire to go even deeper. So yeah, welcome to the holiday edition. Happy solstice, happy Yule, happy midwinter, happy Saturnalia, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah. Whatever you decide to celebrate this time of year, everyone, we wish you a happy holiday and winter season. Um, just we don't have a big plan for this podcast. We were going to kind of talk about some holiday traditions and maybe some witchy holidays versus you know, uh Christian holidays that were adopted and kind of go from there. So yeah, Razzle and I got to know each other a lot during Sacred Spaces. I actually helped her move. We were moving around the same time. We both were going through some very bad relationship situations, and we met up again in Richmond. What was that, like 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah, wow. What is time? What a concept. But 2 weeks ago in Richmond, and I was asking Razzle about her holiday plans, and she was like, not really doing much. And I said, hey, Persenius is heading back home. Why don't you come by? So that's what happened. And Razzle is now here all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina. So I am more than happy to have her here hosting and celebrating Christmas together, or whatever you guys want to celebrate. I'm not going to get into all the semantics of what's correct and what's not. If you're witchy, you celebrate certain holidays. If and sometimes you don't. I know some people get offended when people say Merry Christmas and whatnot, and that's totally understandable. I just kind of I just kind of keep walking because, at that point, it's like you celebrate what you celebrate. If, a 90-year-old woman tells me Merry Christmas, I'm not going to like get offended by it. I'm just going to say, okay. And working in the business that I do, I kind of have to actively kind of like disassociate and kind of turn my ears off sometimes because people aren't very mindful when they speak to others. They're not very inclusive. They just kind of, oh, I'm Christian, I'm set in my ways, or I have this religion, and this is just what I'm going to say to you, and you're just going to like it. We don't have to like it, but also we don't have to, you know, start a dumpster fire over it either. So, me personally, I just kind of look the other way. What about you? I'm sure you working in the service industry. And for those of you who don't know, Razzle is an amazing hairstylist. Did my hair 2 weeks ago. I'm super excited about it. But yeah, do you encounter that in the industry that you work in? Just people being ignorant or people just being very insistent on telling you things and you're just kind of like, not my bag of tea.
Yes, it's basically the same with dealing with the public in whatever capacity you do. People are just gonna try to push their values onto you or reject yours if they don't match. And I just smile and move on, kind of like the penguins from that movie, Madagascar.
I don't know if I've ever seen Madagascar. Have I seen that? Is that the one with the lion?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I might have seen it. Um,
smile and wave.
Smile and wave. Yeah, water off a duck's back, as Jinx Monsoon said in RuPaul's Drag Race. I swear, anytime I'm having a hard moment, I literally just sit there and go, water off a duck's back, water off a duck's back. Shout out to Jinx Monsoon, my favorite queen of all time. I'm just saying, you're amazing. Um, So yeah, what are we doing to celebrate the holidays? Well, we did a lot of shopping today. Consumerism. Well, it was shopping for like groceries and things for because I, my full-time job, I am cooking for my team, so I had to go do that. But we also stopped by what was it, two metaphysical shops? And just kind of got some rocks. Because that's what spiritual people do. We see rocks, we get excited, we buy said rocks. But we are actually going to be making money manifestation jars and pouches for each other. And yeah, just trying to bring in the new year with as much abundance as possible. I mean, 2024 has been a really tough year for a lot of people. Lots of change, lots of just tower moments. For those of you who are into divination and tarot, just a lot of those like upset type of moments. We just ended Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius. We're still in the Mars retrograde, and there's just a lot of shifting happening. And, I've heard a lot of people talking about timelines. Like, there's a lot of timelines converging, a lot of things happening. Did a timeline shift happen? And I really feel all those things, all of the above. Just 2024, the latter part of the year has been such a big spiritual awakening period for people or secondary spiritual awakening. Um, People just leaving behind energy that no longer serves them. Like I think we both kind of left our relationships around the same time. Like what, like late August-ish,
Yeah.
early September. And it was just like, what in the hell is going on out there in the world? It's fucking wild, is what it is. It is a wild, wild world out there. And we just wanted to do these money manifestation jars to kind of be like, you know what? Our mindset is on career, our mindset is on personal growth, our mindset is on financial abundance for ourselves so we can become more financially secure going into the new year and just do the things we love and not continuing to live to work. Working in the service industry, I'm sure you understand this, like you live to work instead of working to live. And changing that mindset, we decided this is what we're going to do. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for being here because this is my holiday season, the first one in 17 years I've been alone. And, Persenius was here through Thanksgiving and my birthday, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything that you would like to say to the people about any holiday traditions that, you're used to? Because I mean, me being with partners who are very, very Christian, we celebrated all the Christian holidays. And like with Christmas, it was just all about like gifts and big meal and, just having a big celebration. Christmas Eve, open presents Christmas morning. I don't know, like being spiritual and being witchy, like how you and your previous partner or how you plan on celebrating the holidays going forward.
Um, Growing up, my family was always very family oriented, not the religious aspect, but more the togetherness and that aspect. So we had a big get together. I'm from Brazil, so in Brazil we start the celebrations on Christmas Eve. That's when we have a big party with the whole family and we eat Christmas dinner and then we wait until midnight while drinking. And we exchange gifts as soon as right after midnight. Um, because like I said, people like to drink, so Christmas Day is reserved to nurse your hangover and kind of chill with just like your immediate family, have a more intimate celebration. And basically, my previous partner didn't give a fat fuck about anything. Sorry about that.
You're fine, you're fine.
About any holidays or anything. He didn't grow up with that mindset from his family. So I was the one who carried over any celebrations that we had. And now I'm gonna focus on me.
Well, that's awesome. Congrats. Self-love, villain era. I love this for you. Um, for sure, because I've been going through the same thing. So it's like the holidays kind of were going to be a depressing time for me. And I was sitting here thinking, like, no, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna spend it with my friends, or I'm going to just treat it as another day. Um, and luckily I have some amazing friends. So, it's been good, even though it's hard. You know, you get used to a certain set of traditions and certain things like, you know, putting up the tree, putting up decorations, putting up lights, things like that. And I, you know, made the conscious decision this year that I wasn't going to decorate for Halloween. I wasn't going to decorate for Thanksgiving, and I was not going to decorate for Christmas. I'm going to save that for the next year after I've kind of gotten settled in. And Lord and behold, what happened? Persenius showed up at my fucking house with fucking pumpkins. Literally, I have pumpkins everywhere in my house. Do I not have pumpkins everywhere in my house? Just like random places. I haven't even taken them down yet. And I was telling Razzle, we were at the store today, I was like, maybe I should get some sort of Christmas decoration. And then I looked around and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm good. It's just another day.
You don't have to.
Yeah, so like I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it this year. I still, you know, I'm still giving Christmas gifts. I have, you know, not wrapped up all pretty and stuff. They might be, you know, cash or gift cards or rocks. Um, you know, or, you know, to Persenius, my presence is a present. Um, but yeah, just traditions are great, but you know, at the same time, like doing your own thing isn't a bad thing either. You know, there's a lot of people who are spending the holidays alone this year. You know, you might have lost a family member. You might have, you know, broken up with a partner like we have. You might just have a situation, maybe you're deployed overseas and you just can't be with your family. I don't know. But wherever you are this holiday season, I hope that you know that there are people out there who care about you, regardless of how you feel, you know, at the time. You might be depressed, you might have seasonal depression, or you just might be missing your people. But people are out there caring and thinking about you. So just remember that. And, you know, the holiday season's only about a week and then business as usual, right? So here's a 2025, leaving the bullshit behind. Um, and yeah, just uh I kind of wanted to go into maybe as a spiritual person, as a witch, do you have any other holidays that are like witchy holidays that you happen to celebrate? I am delving into the witch the I was at witchery, the witchcraft, and the the important holidays and things like that that kind of associate, like because I um work with Hecate, like, you know, the new moon, full moons, things like that. Like I'm now just kind of like making sure I'm on top of all that, but then you add in like, you know, Yule or like um oh my gosh, how do you say it? Um is it Mabon or Mabon?
I'm not sure.
Or
Mabon.
yeah. Or I was trying to pronounce it's spelled Sam Hain, Samhain, but you said
Sewing.
Samhain. Yeah. But there's so many holidays, my guys. And then there's like the I guess the American English, you know, the English version of it, right? The Americanized version of like, you know, summer solstice, winter solstice, like things like that. So because of my pronunciation game right now, I'm probably just gonna call it like winter solstice. Um, or summer solstice. But yeah, do you have any of those holidays that you like actively celebrate?
Not really.
Hmm.
I've only started delving into this as well. I follow a creator that wrote a book about all those specific pagan holidays
Hmm.
and how his family celebrates. He's from a Scottish and Irish clan. So I was fortunate to win a copy of his book from him,
That's awesome.
and it goes into all the traditions that his specific family does around those holidays and has recipes and everything. So I'm kind
Oh
of
wow.
excited to explore more of that and learn more about that. And
That's really
maybe
cool.
even use a little bit of that.
Yay. So yeah, that's kind of like our little spiel on holidays. Now we're going to talk about something that I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. And here's the thing. I don't ever say that whatever subject we're talking about, I'm the expert of because I am not. I am human. I am just a person. I'm just a girl. Um, you know, I don't claim to be the expert on any subject matter, okay? But there will be things that I talk about that make me a little uncomfortable because I'm not well versed in it. But that's why we have guests coming on. That's why we do research before we start talking. My pronunciation game is just like not on it today. So sorry. But apparently, according to Persenius and Razzle, my makeup looks really cool. So there's that. Shout out to Therapy on the Veil because makeup live yesterday. I was like, oh, taking notes. Oh, I really
I
was like.
missed it.
Yeah, it was so good.
I was
Like,
driving here.
oh yeah, you were right. Well, you kind of caught a little bit of it, but yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you, if anybody knows how to do fucking makeup, it is there and beyond the veil. Anyway, moving on. So we did a meetup, and I'm gonna do a little plugging here, because I can. So I have a Discord called the Savage Den. Okay, it's for my Sagittarius Savage Tarot content. And Amber is actually one of my moderators. So is Razzle. So is Persenius. So is Aaron P. and Rebecca M. So what did we do? We decided we were going to meet up in Richmond, Virginia because we could. So yeah, we all met up, had such a fantastic time. We even met a new friend. Amber brought her best friend with her, so who is also a member of the Discord. So welcome. And yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about that. We did some really cool stuff. It wasn't just all about tarot. Now, we did have a night where I treated the ladies to charcuterie and some very tasty pineapple upside down cake cocktails, and we all literally just sat there and did reads on each other. It was also Amber's birthday, so when you guys are hearing this podcast, it's been, 10 days. But happy belated birthday again, Amber. May you get all of the good things that you deserve in 2025. Um, but yeah, we celebrated my birthday and Amber's birthday together. We threw Amber a little like surprise party, basically, is what happened. Um, and yeah, did some reads. So that was really interesting, having a whole bunch of psychic people in the same
Yes.
room. So you
So
went
much fun.
right. But it's interesting because you have this unique experience where you've attended Sacred Spaces, the first one, and the second Sacred Spaces this past September, where we met and got close, and then this separate meetup with a couple of psychics. So, how does that energy feel to you? And like, what's different from gathering in a big group like that versus kind of like conversing on the internet and like comparing notes?
The energy is definitely different when you're physically all together. The more people, the more buzzing, I guess, it feels.
Hmm.
Um, but it's a lot of fun to just validate each other. Sometimes we both, or more than one of us, just go exactly to the same place.
Hmm.
And then we look at each other like, did we all like just get the same kind of vibe, the same kind of
Right.
pull?
Right. No, for sure. Especially when like we had the I'm gonna use this as an example of Sacred Spaces 2, the paranormal investigation at the Marshall House. You have so many psychic people in that room that well, the room that you're in, right? So we were in different groups, but in the group that you're in, you had 4 to 6 people. And validating reads for each other or getting the same kind of feelings or getting different reads, like it was a cool experience. Just like when we went to Hollywood Cemetery as a group, and did some cold reads and did some energy work and things. Razzle and I had gone there actually, just the two of us, back before Sacred Spaces started because we got into town a little bit early. And the things that we picked up then, it was cool watching to see if other people in our group picked it up this time when we went. And they did because they're psychic or something. And also, Razzle had gone to an investigation there before, at the previous Sacred Spaces, right? So Razzle had background information that I didn't. So it was kind of cool, like getting the cold reads and then watching other people trying to get cold reads. Um, it's just, yeah, it's like a buzz. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like this, like tension, like a good kind of tension in the air. It's just like there's a vibration that happens.
Yeah.
Even traveling with psychic people in the same vehicle, it gets intense. Like Razzle and I, when we were driving from Wilmington to Richmond back in September, like we were picking up reads out in the woods, we were picking up reads like all over the place. And I was doing some validation with a trusted mentor, and I was just like, what in the fuck is going on? And that's when, I was trying to kind of tune a little bit more into some of my clairsenses, and I was like, wow, like I'm really doing the thing. This is a real thing because Razzle was validating things for me, and vice versa. I was validating things for Razzle. I think that's why it's such an important thing to be a part of a community that supports you, that encourages collaborative learning, that encourages questioning things, and really just like working together to learn together, right? Because imagine if you were doing this alone. Like, okay, if you're a witch and you're an eclectic witch or you're like a solitary witch, like I get that, right? But also, it's kind of nice to get out and see the sun every once in a while and, talk to people. And what a unique time we're in where you can meet people on the internet who have the same likes as you or the same interests as you. And just, the people that we associate with anyway, like they're fantastic. They pose questions that are thought provoking. They want to share information. They want to learn information. Um, yeah, like I mean, I'm super grateful that we met and we're such good friends now. It's like, who would have thought, right? Like Persenius and I just kind of clicked. I was just like, hey, how's it going? Gave her a hug, and all of a sudden I'm her sister. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So, yeah, just spiritual gatherings, man. So much fun. Like, I cannot wait until our next meetup, which is either going to be in Washington, D.C. or Chicago, Illinois. Working on that. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I feel like this was kind of like a check-in, like happy holidays. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being around. Thanks for allowing our, shenanigans that are kind of unhinged sometimes that go off topic with our ADHD. I feel so sorry for Amber sometimes because she be trying to keep me on topic, and I try my hardest. But to be honest, I work a full-time job. By the time I get home, my brain is just like, um, but yeah, Razzle, thanks for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
No, of course. And, we'll continue to bring on guests. This was just kind of like a, hey guys, checking in, have a great holiday, and we'll see you next year kind of deal. Um, yeah, I'm sorry if listening to this was painful today. I really do. I'm generally very entertaining, but um and like today's the first time I actually like kind of wrote down little key points and I just went out the window. I tried really hard. So if this podcast sounded a little like off the wall, I am so sorry, but hopefully it gave you a laugh. But I really appreciate all of our listeners. Um, and yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you listen to this. And thanks for being mindful with us today. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.